Welcome to our project on transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulator by volitional control and with a locomotive arm setup for the paralyzed. Presented by Kritika U, Lavanya A.V., Mognapriya G. Guided by Mr. D. Ruben Thomas, Assistant Professor of ECE Department from Vailtech Multitech, Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Saguntala Engineering College. The main abstract of this project is that usually the paralyzed people are given therapeutic exercises and a physiotherapy for the recovery of their paralyzed body part, which takes a long period of time for the recovery. These paralyzed people usually need a person to do such exercises and therapy. This model can be helpful for the rehabilitation of the paralyzed people with the help of a doctor. This model involves electrical stimulation of a nerve of the paralyzed people, which provide a better rehabilitation result than usual exercises. It also involves the volitional control of the nerve stimulation. The brain signals of the paralyzed are fetched from the patient and processed, and the electrical stimulation are given when the person thinks to move the paralyzed part. A mechanical arm setup is also provided to the exercise to the paralyzed part without any other's help. The main objective of our project is that to provide a better rehabilitation method as an alternative to a usual manual therapies, and also to provide access to the paralyzed part using a mechanical setup in order to provide an electrical nerve stimulation to the paralyzed patient by volitional control. In the existing system, it involves a manual therapies and exercises given to the paralyzed patient for their recovery. Usually, these therapies take a long period of time for their recovery part. But the transcutaneous surgical nerve stimulator are used to relieve the pain of the patients in physiotherapy. This method requires a long period of time for the recovery of the paralyzed. This existing technique also needs a person to provide such therapies and exercises, and it is also not cost efficient. Our proposed system is that has two modes. One is switch mode and another one is EEG mode. In EEG mode, EEG signals are used to detect the patient's intention to recover the paralyzed part, whereas in switch mode, can be done manually using switches. The EEG signals of the brains are fetched from the patient and is processed to provide the nerve stimulation. This condition can be used for totally paralyzed patients. The amount of shock provided to the patient, duration of the therapy, and the delay are decided by the doctor assisting by the paralyzed patient. The electrical stimulation or shock given to the paralyzed part stimulates the nerve, and it also helps the therapy for recovery. This therapy involves a better and quick rehabilitation of the patient than the manual method in the existing system. In addition, a lifting mechanism is used to lift the paralyzed part to provide the movement and act as an exercise for the paralyzed part. This is a block diagram. In this block diagram, we use PIC microcontroller in which it is connected with an EEG brainwave signals with electrodes and also a mode, set time and the start and stop time for the shock circuit. Initial power supply is given. Then in which the microcontroller is connected to a switching circuit, LEDs for their switch mode or either a EEG mode to the declaration, and the LCD display for their output. And the pulse transformer, potential meter and electrodes are connected to the switching circuit. This is the circuit diagram of PIC microcontroller. It is a electrical shock circuit diagram. This picture is the overall picture of the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulating kit. In this slide, we use a different, what are the types of components we use in the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulator kit, like electrical shock circuit, PIC microcontroller, motor driver, electrodes, relays, switches, EEG sensor, lifting mechanism. These are the pics are included in this slide. Operation of the short circuit. In this short circuit, the PIC microcontroller is used to operate and run the shock circuit using a code like C code. The shock circuit is connected according to the given circuit diagram in a previous slide in a PCB, and a rechargeable battery is given as a power supply. A relay is connected to the PIC microcontroller and to the shock circuit to operate the shock circuit. The input switches are connected to the port C in pin 15, and port D is used for serial connections, and the port D pins are connected to the LCD display for the output. The port B pins are connected with the driver circuit. The output pins of the relay circuit are connected to the short circuit. When input supply is given to the microcontroller, the short circuit impulse less than 70 megaamps, which stimulates the nerve of the Palais part, is passed through the electrode terminals. This is the operation of the short circuit. Next, we see the operation of the brainwave detection. Brainwave sensor connected with electrodes are used to detect the brainwaves by the patient by placing the electrodes in the forehead of the patient. When a patient intends to move his paralyzed part, his brainwave frequency will be between the range of 16 to 31 Hz, which is a beta wave. The brainwaves are observed and collected by the electrodes, and then sensor amplifies and processes the brainwaves. These are observed in a form of a wave. These brainwaves are fed into a PIC microcontroller and is processed to a frequency by fast Fourier transform. Then brainwaves are processed by signal enhancement, feature extraction, and the classification of the wave. When the required threshold frequency, that is beta wave frequency, is attained, the microcontroller stimulates the electrical shock and the lifting mechanism works automatically. These are the brainwave detection operation. Then lifting mechanism. The lifting arm setup is used for the faster recovery of the paralyzed part by providing requiring exercises. The locomotive arm setup is connected to the microcontroller, which can be controlled by switches and brain signals. In EEG mode, the arm can be lifted when the brain signal reaches its threshold value. Whereas in switch mode, when we press the switch 1, the arm is lifted one time. Whereas when we press the switch 2, the arm is lifted twice. That is 2 times, etc. This setup is mainly designed for the paralyzed part to do their exercises without others' help. For lifting arms, we use a Johnson motor in order to lift heavy weights. The arm setup is mainly designed in order to provide movement of the paralyzed part to avoid the stiffness of muscles. These are the operation of lifting mechanism. Results. These two pictures are, one is a EEG mode result and another one is a switch mode result. In EEG mode result, when the switches was set to EEG mode, the electrodes were placed in the person's forehead. When the person is intended to lift the arm means the nerve was electrically stimulated with a shock and the arm was automatically lifted one time. When we switch the pressure to, it was then in switch mode. In switch mode, the switches can be operated manually from the system to work. The 3 switches are present to control the time of the electrical stimulation and the number of lifting of the arms were tested. If we press the switch 1, it will lift it once, and we press the switch 2, it will lift it twice. Conclusion and future work. What are the conclusion means? The proposed models provides a better rehabilitation technique for the paralyzed. This can be used as an alternative for a manual method. Here, the lifting mechanism is also used to provide exercise to the paralyzed part without the help of any other person, which makes this technique unique and also cost efficient and a better rehabilitation method. The patient's intentions are observed, and then the nerve of the paralyzed part is stimulated by an electrical shock to lift his paralyzed part. In future, this model can be implemented in a more compact manner. The lifting mechanism also can be improved to exercise any other paralyzed part of our body. Only lifting exercises provided in the system. In future, other type of exercises are also be implemented. Applications. It can be used by the doctors for providing a better and fast recovery to their patients who are all in their paralyzed condition. And also by the patients themselves for exercising the paralyzed limb without help of any other persons. References. These are the references that we referred. Thank you.
This is the circuit of the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulator, and the components of the circuit are a PIC microcontroller, switches, LEDs, EEG sensor, EEG electrodes, a motor driver, a relay, a battery, and the shock producing circuit. The input voltage is given to the PIC microcontroller using the port. There are two modes in the circuit. They are EEG mode and switch mode. And in EEG mode, these electrodes are connected to the forehead of the patient, and when the patient intends to move his paralyzed part, the value of the EEG waves changes. You could see it here. And when the threshold level is reached, when the patient intends to move his paralyzed arm, the shock is produced in these electrodes and his arm lifts using the lifting mechanism. The modes can be switched using this switch. And now it is changed to switch mode. In switch mode, the circuit can be operated manually using these switches. Each switch has a time duration to produce the shock. The first switch produces a shock for 1 second, the second switch produces a shock for 2 seconds, and the third switch produces a shock for 3 seconds. And each switch lifts the arm 1 time, 2 time, and 3 time respectively. And when I press this first switch, the circuit is switched on and the relay is switched on, and you can see the current shock produced in the electrodes. You can see the spark. The lifting mechanism part of the circuit is connected to the motor driver, and these switches are used to operate the lifting mechanism.
This is probably the locomotive arm setup of our undergone project, and it is connected to the microcontroller circuit by using these wires. It is connected to our microcontroller circuit. First of all, we need to keep our paralyzed arm in this lever, and it is fixed by using this thing, and a person feels comfortable to keep his hand in it. And this motor is used to run properly in order to lift our arm. And when it is connected to the microcontroller circuit, if the switch mode is pressed, the arm setup will be moved. The lever setup will move like this. And whenever you press the switch, the lever will be moved once. When we press the switch 2, the lever will be moved twice, and when we press the switch 3, the lever will be moved thrice. Likewise, it also works for the EEG setup. When we think to do something, to lift our arm, the lever will move once, and that's what it all works about. The main thing is we have to connect this wire to the microcontroller circuit, and based on the actions performed in it, the motor works, and the lever setup will move the arms and kindly do a required action. And that's it all about lever setup.